All right, so what do we have? So we have 2 days of balance. Yesterday we established value above Monday's value, and then we attempted to break out. So on the longer time frame profile, you can see that we did have like a little breakout at the area that I was looking for. Initially we did bounce there, but then we broke above. We tested above the previous high, and then we just kind of like slowly dripped lower during the overnight session. We closed above here and then slowly dripped down. Look at this. Then this morning, a little bit ago, as I was writing the morning note, there was a tweet by Trump, and then we looked below the previous low, and then we see a nice buy and tell, and now we came back to that high volume area. This is the setup that I was looking for, and it happened very quickly this morning. I only got a few points because it happened too quick. But then the next area that I was looking for a bounce was this area, this green area that I marked yesterday. We did get a little bit of a bounce there, and today I'm looking for the same area to hold. But if it doesn't hold, if we, like I said, just like I said yesterday, if we accept below that 96, I would look for a short back to retrace this area. That we have a lot of lows here that are very vulnerable. This is weak structure that markets like to repair. So if I add the overnight session from yesterday, we see that this low is exactly to the tick where this one is. So we have two equal lows here, two equal lows here. So, I have a feeling that during earnings we're gonna have one of those spikes that takes all these lows at once very quickly. And I don't know. We could just hold below it and then keep going, but we also can stay in this range for a while. So, as I said many times, July is a bullish month, but this July has been not as bullish as other Julys, but we still have a few days left, so we could still see a move below this range and a move above this range. So for today, what I'm looking for is this area as support, and if we break it, we hold below, it becomes resistance, and a move down to this zone. Now, if this low doesn't get revisited and then we stay in this area, I expect chop. And just like yesterday, I have this same area, right? The 36 area. So that's gonna be my resistance areas, the area where I'm gonna be looking for a seller. So this is the thing. This is a tricky day today, just because we have the weekly pivot here. We have that low volume node. We're opening inside the range. When we open inside the range, what tends to happen is that we attempt to correct the inventory that from the settlement from yesterday. We have about 95% short inventory. So usually that means that we make an attempt to correct some of that and have a counteraction towards the close from yesterday, towards the settlement. But we have this pivots in the way, we have this low volume in the way, so it might take a little bit, and we might chop around a little bit until we finally close that gap. If we close that gap, we really need to get back above yesterday's high for bulls to get some momentum. Otherwise, I think we're just gonna chop around in this area too. Look at all this volume that we put yesterday. at that 5-day point of control at the 75.46. So that's gonna be a magnet to the upside if we get back above this area. And the above scenarios I mentioned yesterday, so that stays the same. No need to go over again. NQ, I always like to look at NQ in relationship to ES, and these 3 sessions are higher value, higher value, higher value, right? So in comparison to this, that we had lower value, and then this higher value filled the gap, but the gap in NQ was filled before, right? So anyway, ugly structure in NQ, but we do have a nice buying tail here. This should hold, but you never know. This market is, we never know. But the 20-day point of control is here at 29,315 or so. So that's turning to be a little bit of a magnet. If we keep putting volume there, looks like buyers now are taking control after that bounce. So if we do get a push higher, that's gonna be the area to watch. Above that, the monthly VWAP was never tested yesterday, just like ES. Remember I told you 75.55 area to the tick and then pulled back, and Q never got there. So if we get above yesterday's high, that would be the target for NQ 29,500. Crude, remember I keep mentioning that 90 area. This morning we got to 88.5. Still issues in the Middle East. Trump threatening to bomb more facilities if they keep shooting at the ships. Gold is also moving higher, as we spoke about yesterday. I gave the levels yesterday, but on the downside 40.80 and 40.65 are the 2 levels with most volume. And then now we just have some support here at the 40.45 area after breaking out of this low consolidation. Let's see, what else do we have? 10:30 crude inventories. 1 p.m. we have 20-year bond yield, and then Alphabet's earnings, Tesla's earnings after the bell. So again, this market is waiting for earnings probably, and we're likely gonna hold this range until this afternoon after the bell, when we get the earnings. That's my my guess, but it's just a guess, so we'll see. All right, that's about it. Good luck.